Yo, what up, everybody? This is Mitch Darrell, and today we're going to talk about fake followers on Spotify. Specifically, fake followers, specifically on Spotify, okay? And this has been something I've been tweeting about and talking with people about. And I'm going to start off by saying, as Christian artists, we should not be trying to deceive people, right? So whether these things I'm about to talk about, whether they help you, whether they give you a boost, whether they make you look more appealing to certain people, maybe labels, maybe other artists, you should not do these things because they are immoral things to do. Okay, you are making something appear a certain way when it's not, right? You are making it seem like this amount of people are following you when they are not people, right? So, I think everybody knows that, but just to be clear, this is something wrong. Whether it works or not, this is something wrong. So, what I want to talk about is both intentional and unintentional ways of having your follower count go super high, right? There are easy platforms you can Google right now. You can Google fake Spotify followers. You can Google pay for Spotify followers. And there are plenty of sites that openly advertise, yo, if you pay us, we will give you this many followers in a week or whatever. So obviously, the reason why someone might want to do this is because it's a goal to have a lot of followers. I just reached 1,000 on Spotify, and that was like a big deal for me. That was something I've been counting down towards because that means there's 1,000 people that found my music and said, I want to hear more from this person, and click the follow button. So that's a big deal. It took me about 5 years. Obviously, if you pay for them, you don't have to wait 5 years. You can get it immediately. So a couple of different things aside from it just being immoral, why it's hustling backwards, right? One, you're spending money on fake followers instead of spending money on getting real followers, instead of making better music, instead of having more content, instead of marketing to real people. You are just paying for fake people to be following you. So that's an obvious one. But the other thing is, it is very obvious to your peers when you do this for many reasons. One, an easy one is, of course, everyone knows when you go on Spotify, you can see everyone's monthly listener count. You can see their songs and their stream numbers if it's over 1,000, I think. Ratios got to add up. If you have a song with, I don't know, 100,000 streams over the course of the first week or two, and you didn't post about getting on any editorial playlists, you only have a certain amount of monthly listeners, say you only have like a few hundred monthly listeners, it's not going to make sense. People are going to be like, did you pay for streams? Did you pay for followers that are bots that streamed this song? It's not adding up, buddy. It's not adding up. So that's a super obvious one. But the thing I want to talk about today that a lot of people don't know is that if you are an artist and you use Spotify for artists, which all of us do for the most part, it is super easy to go in and see anybody, any artist, any of your peers, any artist on Spotify. You can see their numbers and compare them to yours. I found this out maybe 3 years ago. I live on Spotify for artists. I'm fascinated by trends and the numbers and everything. Probably an unhealthy amount. But I found out if you go to your own stats and you go to audience, you can look at your streams for the week, for the day, for the year, and since 2015, I think is how far mine goes back. So when you started, basically, you can do that, and you can also compare it to, you can search in a search bar. You can look up any artist that exists on Spotify, and it'll put your graph next to their graph. And so my graph, not to brag, but I've never bought followers. I've never paid for streams. So my graph, it looks like a gradual upward curve over the course of 6 years that got me just to over 1,000 right now. I think I'm at like 1,050 or something like that. So it's a nice, base to look at and compare. So I have 6 exhibits, right? 6 exhibits. That is 3 more exhibits than J-Elec. And I'm going to give you these 6 exhibits way quicker than J-Elec. So if you get that, you get it. If you don't, you don't. Shout out J-Electronica. 6 exhibits of different examples of this, right? And obviously, I'm not going to tell y'all who the artists are. All I'm going to say is that these are all Christian hip-hop artists. I think one might not be anymore, but all 6 of these are Christian hip-hop artists, right? So, Exhibit A. Exhibit A is an interesting one. It, obviously, you see the spike. You see the spike goes up. Um, and it takes about, this would have been 2019, then it goes up, and then a little bit after 2020, Spotify was like, nah, son. And the thing about fake followers, is as soon as Spotify finds out that you have bots following you, that your followers are fake of some sort, they will snatch them from you. They will not, I don't think they contact you. They don't care. They're not gonna, you're not gonna get to plead your case. They're gonna take them from you overnight. So that's how you can tell, because it's not a slight drop off. It is boom, right back to where you were before. So this happens in this case. I am not 100% that this person paid for followers, but a good case could be made. Again, my curve is there, and it goes up to 1,000. So that means they probably paid to get, or they ended up around a little under 500, I think, and then dropped all the way back down, right? So that's a a pretty mild example, I'll say. Exhibit B. Exhibit B is a little more drastic, because this person went from maybe 100 up to close to 1,000, and then all the way back down to like a couple hundred. And again, the thing about this is it takes 2 seconds for me to just go into Spotify for artists, type in an artist name, and look at this. So again, I don't know if I would, reach out and ask this person to be like, yo, you clearly paid for followers, or did you? But using common sense, it looks like this person maybe tried to find a way to get more followers that wasn't necessarily just like a gradual gaining of, followers. And Spotify, after a couple months, said, we're snatching these back from you. Start back. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Exhibit C. Exhibit C is crazy. I'm not even going to lie to you. This is something where if they did not pay for followers, they did something. Something was wrong, because they went up to about 1,500. And whatever they did, whatever happened, Spotify did not catch it for like 3 years. Like, they're still going up gradually. And then out of nowhere, Spotify's like, bang, back down to like 500-ish. So this one kind of blew my mind. This is one of the ones where I might feel I'm probably 99% comfortable that this person paid for followers, paid for bots. Something happened with bots. This wasn't like, oh man, like I dropped a song and it brought me all the way up, but then I got canceled, so it went all the way back down. Like, no, something happened here, right? Let's go on to Exhibit D. Now, this one is honestly crazier than the last one, and the reason why is because I'm pretty sure that after around 2020-ish is when Spotify was like, we are not playing with y'all. Like, if you do this, we are going to catch you quicker. So this person, as you can see where my line is at, they got all the way up to, and this was right before 2022, like 4,000 followers. And again, that could happen if you drop like a really big song, goes popular on TikTok. But as you can see, it's like, it's a staircase. It's like not even gradual at any point. It's always up. Okay, maybe they bought 500. Okay, maybe they bought another 500. Maybe they bought 1,000 or 2,000 here, and they did it again. And then Spotify was like, all the way back down to like 800. This looks crazy, does it not? Like, I want to say 99.9% positive that this person paid for followers and kept paying for followers multiple times, and then Spotify caught on and was like, goodbye. Now, these last two exhibits, Exhibit E, these two are different, right? The other thing that can happen, is something that artists should be wary of and afraid of, is I know we want our songs to be on playlists, but don't accept every playlist invite. Don't pitch to every playlist, because if a playlist is fake, which is, I would say it's common that a playlist has a bunch of followers, but they're all bot accounts or repeat accounts or fake, right? If your song gets put on a playlist that has fake accounts as the followers, and they stream the songs, you might get the numbers, but those followers that follow you from the playlist are not real, right? And you know, obviously you didn't pay for them, you didn't do anything. You may have not even asked to be on this playlist. So for Exhibit E, this artist know that they did not pay for anything. They didn't even ask to be put on this specific playlist. So as you get to the top over here, you see them start to go down 1, 2, and 3 times. They had a couple songs get put on these playlists that ended up being fake, and then there's nothing you can do about it. But at the same time, Spotify doesn't care. They're not going to be like, "Oh, you didn't know." They're going to be like, "Yo, these are fake. You cannot have these. Goodbye." And so it almost feels like a waste because it's like I check my Spotify for artists almost daily. Like I said, it's kind of unhealthy. And so as I'm watching myself go up, once I start to see myself go down drastically, I'm gonna be like, well, you know, this could be time I'd be spending trending upwards. So whether it's pitching, whether it's services you use, you have to vet the playlist that you want to be on, because maybe reach out to other artists that have been on there. Just really be careful, because something like Exhibit F can happen. Exhibit F. Another artist I'm aware of, I think they had a platform reach out to them, which again, I need platforms to not be shady. If you know that your playlists are fake, do not make artists in our space like culpable, or just you're hurting them, right? Because this artist got pitched a couple of playlists and was like, "Yo, do you want to pitch some songs to our playlist? They have a lot of followers. They'll help you out." And yeah, they did help him out when he got up to 1,500 followers. And then within 2 days, I think it was like 2 days, Spotify was like, "Nope, down, nope, these are fake, no." So again, that's not an instance of someone that bought followers, but it still hurt them. And it still looks crazy. Like if somebody doesn't know that and they're just looking, "Hey, let's see this artist I'm a fan of," or, I'm a younger artist, I aspire to see what other artists that came before me, what their trends were like. And it's like, yo, what were they doing? Like, were they buying followers, right? So all this is to say, I'm not trying to clown anybody. I'm not using anyone's name or anything. Shout out to the exhibits, but don't pay for followers on Spotify. Do not. They will get taken away. You're not building a fan base, because that's the thing people forget. Like, the numbers are cool and the Spotify Wrapped is cool and to post your streaming numbers and everything. But the point is, you want to have fans that if Spotify crashed tomorrow or died or went out of business, you would still have people who are a fan enough of you that they'll follow you to your website. They'll follow you to whatever platform you go to. They'll pay you directly. They'll mail you money. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just about the numbers on Spotify. Spotify does not pay us anyway. It is 0.004 cents per stream. Per stream. 1 million streams is $4,000. That is nothing. If you got 1 million people to listen to your song, well, let's say 500,000 people listen to it twice, right? And all those people just donated $1 to you. Like, way exponentially more money, right? So it's not about the look. We care too much about, oh, I have this many followers and at the end of the year, I want all of my peers to see this. But then when you drop all the way back down, what are you going to do? Be like, oh yeah, like, I guess, my song got unpopular and again, I got canceled. So they all unfollowed. No, it takes a lot. The reason why getting followers is cool is, like I said, people have to go and click on your name and actually choose to follow you. To unfollow you, they have to do the same thing. They have to be like, I don't rock with him no more. So you're not just going to lose a ton of followers. If you gain 1,000 followers, the most you'll lose is like 10 maybe, or maybe, unless you start rapping about completely opposite stuff, make country music or something. But it's not going to drastically go down. So like the accomplishments you reach, they're probably going to stay there. Whereas if you buy followers, if you buy streams, you're going to have these huge spikes, and then if it's followers, it's going to go all the way back down. You're going to have to start back where you were. So waste of money, waste of time, and not progressing your career in any way. So yeah, don't, please don't. It is so extremely easy. I'm telling you, if you have Spotify for artists and you're an artist and you're curious about some of the other artists in our space, any peers you might have, and you just want to see, like I said, the point of this isn't to like call people out and like publicly be like, you did this, but like, I want it to be known how easy it is to see this, because I don't want people to do this, because it's not helping CHH at all. It's not helping you at all. It's really just kind of boosting up your pride, I guess. for a moment, only for it to drop right back down. So it's actually a nice metaphor when you think about it. So yeah, Spotify for artists, look at your audience stuff and you can compare it to another artist. Now you can healthily compare. Sometimes I look at my peers just to see how they're doing. Like we'll celebrate some of the peers in the friend groups I have. Like, oh, like you got to this landmark or benchmark and you got to this level. Like that's like we'll celebrate you because we know it's real, right? So yeah, just don't play the internet games. Don't worry about the numbers so much. Worry about the people, the real people. If you only have 100 monthly listeners, that's cool. That's 100 monthly. That's 100 people that are listening to you monthly. Like really think about that. That's 100 different people with names and souls and hearts, and they genuinely want to listen to your music. Don't go out and say, "Oh, well, that's not enough. I have to buy 1,000 of them." So then maybe more people will like. Just don't do it. Don't do it. It took me 5 years to get to 1,000 followers, and it made it that much more of an accomplishment that it took me that long. So, this is Mitch Darrell ranting at you. Please, I'm begging you. I'm pleading with you. Please don't buy followers. Don't buy streams on any platform, but specifically not Spotify because they're gonna take them away, and it's so obvious. This has been Mitch Darrell's rant. I hope it's been helpful. I hope these exhibits have been helpful. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you next time. Peace.